Welcome back to the channel. This is the Black Man's Therapist. In this video, we will be touching on part 2 on how to be a healthy man. Now, this video specifically will get into the dynamic of the black family, the black man versus the black woman. Now, as we know, as it stands in modern times, the black man and the black woman do not see eye to eye. It's nothing new. And again, this was something that was designed. We weren't always butting heads. We weren't always combative towards one another. We weren't always abusive towards one another. There was a time where we loved one another, and there was a time where we appreciated each other's presence, and we didn't take it for granted. Nowadays, we hate each other. Men, we want a woman to do everything for us, but we don't want to provide anything. And the woman wants us to have everything in order and to pay for everything without nurturing us, without reciprocating that same energy. From what I see on both sides, we are selfish. Selfishness will not help us progress. Being selfish only preserves one party, but it only preserves you until it destroys you. Because there are times where a man needs a woman, and there are times where a woman needs a man. Our dynamic has been torn into pieces. And coming from a single parent home, my father raised me alone. And not because my mother was incompetent, not because my mother didn't love me, but it was because there was no unity. Now, I can put the blame on one parent and speak highly of another parent, but I won't do that because, like the saying, it takes two to tango. We have to complement each other. We have to be supplementary, meaning what I bring to the table and what you bring to the table must make us one unit, must make us whole. We lack unity. We lack love. And black man, you can't love someone else if you don't love yourself. Now, you might be thinking, well, I do love myself, and I think about myself more than anything. But we're talking about self-love, not conceit. We can't put ourselves on a high horse on a level that we are better than others, but we have to carry ourselves with integrity. We have to carry ourselves with a knowledge that we are the most influential man on the earth. What people see us do, they will follow. So you have to be accountable in your actions. You have to be aware that eyes are always on you, whether you want them to be or not. You are accountable for everything that you do. If you spread hate, you'll get hate back. If you spread love, you'll get love back. And it might be times where you spread love and you might get some hate back. Or you might spread hate and you might get some love back. But for the black dynamic in the household, give love and expect nothing in return. And love will be reciprocated. Don't count favors. Don't do the tit for tat. I did this for you. Remember when I did this? You should do this because of what I did in the past. We cannot hold ourselves to that dynamic. That is something that enemies do. Instead, we need to do things out of the kindness of our heart and for the love that we have for that person in our life. See, we lack love overall. Our parents don't know how to love us. Our friends don't know how to love us. It only seemed like our grandparents were the ones that loved us, and they showed it, and we knew it deep down. And that's not always the case for everyone. People have parents that love them and that they can feel the love. But those that didn't feel the love, that trauma runs deep, and it can cause families to be torn apart. Being a healthy man means that we have to get to the root cause of our trauma, and we have to look at it in the eye, understand it, and fight against it. We cannot use it as an excuse for our misbehavior. Because again, we are healthy black men. We don't make excuses. Everything we do affects others. Because again, like I said, we are the most influential man on the earth. In order to have a healthy family dynamic, black man, you have to take your time with women. You have to find a woman. You have to learn that woman. You have to come to understanding who she is. It doesn't happen in a day. But that doesn't mean that we need to rush into having sex, having relations with these women with no intention of keeping them. Because as you can see in our modern society, what having fun does, or turning up does, or the one night stand mindset does to us. It has brought us to a point where we can't trust women, and it has brought women to the point where they can't trust men. See, people like to put the blame on one party, but like that old saying, it takes two to tango. The women are letting these horrible men into their bodies, and these horrible men are taking advantage of our women. And these good men are dealing with horrible women. It goes both ways. You have to weed out the fake. You have to weed out the ones with the negative intentions, with the evil intentions. For any marriage or any relationship in general to work, you have to have God at the forefront. You have to understand what the Most High is asking of you, both. You have to understand what unity is. You have to find that in the Bible. You have to search for these things. You have to know how to conduct yourself in a marriage or in a relationship in general. What is the duty of the man? These things have to be found and searched out. We are providers. We are the ones that take care of our families. Yes, society has made it difficult to live on one income. But that doesn't mean you can't fight every day to be that provider for your family. Most women just want someone that'll try. But if you want to just sit down all day and play video games and watch YouTube and, go out with your friends to the club, you won't find a good woman. She'll eventually leave you. See, black men, we have to take accountability for our actions. We always make an excuse. We always point the finger. But when are you going to take accountability for what you do? And when are you going to make a change? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video, and comment any thoughts that you have below. This is the Black Man's Therapist, and I'll see you in the next video.